I know better than anyone. Science ends where theology begins. In the next 100 years, humanity faces an asteroid impact, a robot awakening, and an all-out war between machines and mankind. And when Earth finally dies, the gods themselves unleash a divine calamity. But all of it, every last disaster, starts because humanity, desperate and cornered, shatters the gene lock and reaches into the forbidden domain of the gods. I push back from my desk and stand up. I stretch, working out the ache in my back. No gene serum, no enhancements, just plain human soreness. I grab 2 packs of instant noodles from the clutter, sit back down and open my laptop. I stare at the screen, wall-to-wall code. I let out a quiet breath. Finally done. I am a reincarnator. The year is 2123, and I came back from 2250, a full 127 years, as a reincarnator. I know every major event that is coming. The asteroid strike in 7 years, the dying sun crisis in 20, the war against machine life during the Great Exodus 30 years out, even the immortality program 50 years from now, the magic civilization invasion in 70 plus years, and the divine punishment war when Earth is destroyed 127 years from now, the war between humanity and the gods, sparked because humans dared to reach for immortality, something only the divine should touch. I know all of this. And yet I have no idea what the lottery numbers are. Classic. I come back from the future, my neural AI is dormant, I have zero ability to protect myself, and my only option is to grind out code and earn my first real money. What I'm building is a browser game. Small, barely qualifying as a real game. It only has 19 levels, all of them in the beginner phase. Level 19 is the cap. It's a fantasy game, with the classic 3 roles, warrior, mage, and healer. But that's only what I plan to show players right now. Think that means you can just log in and play? Not a chance. All 19 levels are the beginner phase, and there are 0 skills. Warriors, knights, and assassins at least get a great sword, a spear, or a dagger. But mages and healers? They literally walk around poking monsters with a stick. Can a game like this actually blow up? At least that's what I think. Because this game's world is built from a magic civilization that actually exists 70 plus years in the future. Every NPC, every major event, all of it is documented in the civilization core, a device born from merging Earth's future technology with the heart of the magic civilization. Humanity eventually defeats that civilization through sheer technological force, drives it back step by step, and seizes its core. Using the divine core of the magic god as raw material, humanity forges the civilization core, a compact information storage device carrying humanity's last hope. The divine core needs no power source. Faith energy alone is enough to charge it, and once charged, it unlocks everything stored inside, the entire scientific knowledge of human civilization. At the final moment of the divine punishment war, I was visiting the civilization tower as an intern. Without a sound, the world simply ended. Humanity vanished in an instant, but the civilization core inside the tower fused with my body and came back with me, 127 years into the past. Building a browser game is a carefully calculated move. Step 1, use it to make some real money. Step 2, upgrade to a client game, then an immersive VR MMO, then a full virtual community. The virtual world is humanity's second world. Control the virtual world, and you control how billions of people live their second lives. On the practical side, I have no money to register a company, let alone buy servers. My one and only server is a secondhand find, patched together so many times I had to rewrite the internal software from scratch just to keep it running. Because right now, I am nothing but a broke recent graduate who lost his job over some stupid argument just before I reincarnated. The money I have left is nowhere near enough, and calling someone for help? Forget it. My family wants me to come back to my hometown, but I was too proud for that. I insisted on suffering in the big city after graduation. My old man put his foot down. If I don't come home, I can starve. But I've decided to make some money first, build up some confidence, then go back. Besides, my parents are tough as nails. In my past life, they both pushed past 90, caught the tail end of the immortality program, had their youth restored, and ended up in the same grade as me. Same class, same school. Already education at that age. Just thinking about my dad's awful personality makes me shudder. If my mom hadn't been quick with a kitchen knife, the campus queen might have become my stepmother. I go through everything one more time, checking carefully. All good. I start the final wrap up. 2 hours later, I lean back, and then my hands freeze. My brow tightens. No registered company, no operating license. Charge money without one, and I could be looking at 2 years in prison. Keep it free, and at worst it's just some guy sharing a game he made. Even if things get messy, the damage is limited, and if it's technically free, I can still find other ways to get your money. Edit made. I open a crowdfunding site and start the registration. I fill in the details and start drafting the campaign. Project title, I made a game. Crowdfunding goal, $300,000 to buy servers and register a company. Project description, as stated. Backer reward, no servers, you play nothing. I hit publish and wait for approval. Over at Dream Fund, located in Shanghai Tech Park, a few young reviewers are half asleep. A notification chimes. One of them snaps awake, slaps himself in the face, grabs his glasses, and starts reviewing. Is this guy insane? He blurts out, startling every drowsy colleague around him, nearly causing their boss, who is also the general manager, to drop his tea. Little Zhang, what are you yelling about? The boss says, clearly annoyed. This boss, I don't know if I should approve this guy's campaign or not. Little Zhang stutters, pointing at his screen. That project is mine. The boss gets up and walks over. He takes one look and explodes. What is this? Has this guy lost his mind? No rewards and he wants $300,000 to buy servers and start a company? If this clown raises even $100, I'll do a handstand and eat dirt. Go ahead and reject it. Little Zhang's hand moves to do just that. Wait, the boss raises a hand then grins. It's absurd, sure, but approve it anyway. It gives our site one more listing, shows the world we're open-minded, and hey, what if this ridiculous thing actually takes off? Boss, you're a genius. Is it too late to start sucking up now? Back in my apartment, I see exactly what I expected. Approved. Small platform. No standards whatsoever. I copy the link and paste it straight into the game's code. All you grinding addicts who work so hard to reach level 9. Roads blocked. Surprise? Didn't see that coming? Want to keep playing? Want the real experience? Go fund my crowdfunding campaign. I hit confirm, publish, and let it run. With that done, I open a hacking tool I wrote myself, pull up a live streaming platform, and start hunting for targets. I need to run ads. The question is how. I go straight to the platform's rankings. I pick the top 2. I've already done my homework. One is a gaming streamer who goes by Blaze. He normally streams League of Legends or Battle Royale, sometimes picks up casual games on the side, but he has a short fuse and a sharp mouth. Always ends up in a flame war with someone. Watching his stream is never boring. Half his audience is just there for the drama. The other streamer is Willow. Her content is all over the place. Outdoor adventures, gaming, food, even singing, but she's gorgeous, with a soft, sweet voice, and her audience is huge. Targets confirmed. I pull up my tool, fingers flying across the keyboard, and wait for my moment. Finally, Blaze makes it to the final circle in his battle royale match. Right at the critical moment, his screen freezes. The game crashes. What the? Of all the times to crash, Blaze explodes with curses and frantically tries to log back in, but his client has been tampered with by me. He's not getting back in. Blaze completely loses it. Alright guys, that's it for today. Catch you tomorrow. Not so fast. I work the keyboard again and done. Blaze hammers his mouse trying to end the stream, but it won't close. He's absolutely furious. Suddenly a flood of pop-ups appears. One of them is my browser game's loading screen. He frantically closes everything, but by the time he reaches mine, it has already finished loading. A clear chime rings out and makes him jump. Then the game's stunning visuals fill his screen. An old man appears, staring straight at the screen with such intensity that Blaze feels like he's in a video call. The old man speaks. Child, your mother is so hungry she's eating tree bark. Are you really going to do nothing? The scene shifts. A pair of gentle eyes appears. A middle-aged woman in tattered clothes, frail and thin, her face full of pain as she looks at the screen. My child, I'm fine. Don't listen to the village elder. Go chase your dreams. Blaze's jaw drops. The visuals are so realistic he genuinely feels like both characters are looking directly at him. I hear a master practitioner from town has come to test the villagers. Pass his trial and you'll receive a weapon. With a weapon you can hunt. One day you could become a great practitioner, and your mother would never have to suffer again. The village elder continues, in that ancient weathered voice. At this moment, it isn't just Blaze. His entire chat erupts with no way, and holy crap. What is this game? Did it come with a guilt trip included? Who designed this? Then Blaze sees the chat flooding with messages begging him to keep going. Blaze, go find your mom some food. Send some gifts and keep playing. This game is actually interesting. Blaze stares at the screen, takes a deep breath and mutters, fine, I'll play. But if the quality doesn't hold up, I will roast this developer into the ground. The game is still on the dialogue screen waiting for a player choice. Option 1, Village Elder, I'll take the trial. Option 2, get lost old man, mind your own business. Looking at the options, Blaze's eye twitches. Who writes dialogue options like this? He picks one. The character creation screen pops up. He selects male, types in Blaze, and his journey begins. And immediately he gets a taste of what real manipulation feels like. You're absolutely useless. A simple trial took you that long? Just pick a weapon and get out of my sight. Looking at you makes me sick. Blaze goes red. Blaze, you really are hopeless. You dragged yourself back here way too late. Your mother has already starved to death. It's been like 2 minutes. How is she already dead? Blaze stomps home, furious. Then his mother's ghost appears. Blaze, someone once pursued me. An imperial noble, a high-ranking mage. He wanted to marry me, but I couldn't leave you, so I turned him down. Promise me, don't let me down. Don't let anyone look down on your mother. Why would anyone look down on you? Blaze is stunned and genuinely hurt. The ghost fades. A mysterious figure appears. Ha! I knew you were worthless. Even your own mother couldn't bear to leave you behind. But now I've been proven right, haven't I? You think I actually liked her? I looked down on both of you. It's just a shame. Now that she's gone, that legendary thing is probably lost forever. Who even are you? Where did you come from? The figure vanishes. Blaze is seething when suddenly a game notification pops up. Rare discovery. Under his mother's bed, he finds a scroll. Blessing of the magic god. Congratulations! You have received a divine blessing scroll. Use it? Obviously. Blaze clicks without hesitation. Every starting stat that was at 11 shoots up to 111. Holy crap! 10 times? Then the master practitioner appears. I misjudged you. I never expected you to be a once-in-a-generation genius. Take this basic training manual. When you reach level 10, come to town. I'll personally introduce you to every practitioner. Learn whatever you want. Blaze is speechless. He opens the manual. A new screen appears. Please choose basic chi cultivation method or basic magic meditation. He picks chi. Done. He levels up 3 times immediately. The village elder pops back in wide-eyed. I can't believe it. Blaze, you're a genius. Blaze bursts out laughing. After all that frustration, things are finally turning around. The village elder speaks again. There are low-level monsters outside the village. They sometimes drop mana cores. Absorbing mana cores boosts your chi, and meditation does too. Keep pushing, Blaze. Once you become a great imperial figure, they say you can ask a high priest of the divine court to cast a resurrection ritual. Your mother might have a chance. Blaze blinks. Wait, NPCs can be resurrected? Is this for real? This game is insane. Absolutely insane. Blaze, drop the link. I want to play. Link, link, link. The chat absolutely explodes. Blaze laughs and forgets all about ending the stream. He pastes the link. Come on, everyone. Let's go save mom together. I rub my chin and pull up Willow's stream. In games, a hook only carries you so far. A female streamer keeps the audience coming back. I run the same trick on Willow, but she reacts completely differently from Blaze. No rage, no cursing. The heartbreaking storyline nearly brings her to tears. Then the jaw-dropping reversal leaves her flushed, grinding in silence with fierce determination. I'm going to resurrect my mother, she whispers fiercely. Back in my apartment, I check the server. 273 players online. Not bad. It'll fill up fast. This is just the beginning. And these tricks? Nothing compared to what's coming. I set the game aside and get back to coding. Amateur work is still amateur. In my plan, once the server is upgraded, this becomes a full client game. That keeps me busy for 3 straight days. Meanwhile, I have no idea what's happening inside the game. The servers are lagging so hard every single step freezes. Painful to play, yet somehow impossible to quit. 3 days of lag and still no fix? Players guess it's because the developer is broke. Not enough servers. But even grinding non-stop for 3 days, the highest level anyone has reached belongs to the grind queen herself, Willow, and she's only at level 9. And even at that, her experience bar still isn't full. Half an hour later, Willow, exhausted, dark circles under her eyes, suddenly perks up. Everyone, my experience is almost full. 1 more mana core and I'll hit level 10. I can finally leave the starter village and become a practitioner in town. As she says it, Willow's voice cracks with excitement, tears threatening to spill. The chat detonates. The first player ever to leave the starter village in Magic World is about to be born. The undisputed grind queen. The undisputed #1 player in Magic World. Honestly, I'm curious too. The starter village was built to scale based on a real village, shrunk down proportionally. The town must be much bigger. The moment of truth is here. Congratulations, your experience bar is full. Unfortunately, the expansion has not yet been unlocked. Level up is unavailable. Willow stares at the pop-up, frozen. The chat goes dead silent. Then it explodes. Max level? This game caps at level 9? Wasn't a practitioner supposed to be waiting for me in town? I hit max level. What am I supposed to do now? Nobody is suffering more than Willow right now. 3 days and 3 nights of non-stop grinding, and this is what she gets. She can't hold it in. She lets out a cry and immediately tries to apologize to her viewers. hours. But as she looks up, she sees a pop-up on the game screen. Congratulations, you made it to the end. Every player who has made it this far truly loves this game. As the developer, I have nothing worthy to offer in return. Thank you for your love. Please open the link below and begin your performance. The pop-up holds nothing else, just a link at the bottom. Willow clicks it. The chat explodes again. No way. A crowdfunding page? What is this? It's a Save Mom crowdfunding mission. I can't believe it. This is where the real money goes. Not just her viewers. Willow herself is completely floored. We misjudged him. This game never had a company behind it. There was never a company at all. No funding. That's why it lags so much. Without hesitating, Willow creates a Dream Fund account, fills in her info, and scans to donate 10,000. Come on, guys. Don't you think this game is worth it? Let's back it up. 50 from me. 100, 200 more. 50 and 100, let's go. Word reaches Blaze's stream. Without a word, he rallies his crowd and they move. The 300,000 goal is hit in under half an hour. Campaign successful. Boss, you'd better eat your words. In Dream Fund's cramped little office, Little Zhang sees the total, rubs his eyes in disbelief, and lets out a shocked yelp. What did you say? Don't think just because I run a small company I won't. The boss grabs his mug and looks ready to physically fight Little Zhang. Little Zhang backs up fast, cold sweat breaking out on his forehead. Right at that moment, another employee shouts in shock, Boss, over 20,000 new users registered today and every single one of them backed the campaign. You know, 3 days ago you said that if this guy raised even $100, you'd eat dirt. He raised over 900,000. 900,000. More than enough. I just finished the last line of code when I see the number, and my eyes light up. I call Dream Fund. Small platform, but their service is solid. The campaign closes shortly after a call. They deduct their fee and wire the rest straight to me. Without missing a beat, I go on a buying spree. Materials, servers, everything. Honestly, the servers available in this era are beneath me, but I find a local online store and work something out. By that afternoon, they deliver right to my door. I tear them apart, not unbox them, tear them apart, grab my materials and components, and start soldering and rebuilding the server hardware from the inside out. 5 hours later, hardware done. I move on to rewriting the internal software drivers. By the time everything is finished, it's 11 at night. No time to eat. I transfer the client game files over, download a copy myself, and run tests. Testing complete. I finally exhale. Next step, a dedicated data line. Why was the game lagging? It wasn't just the servers. The connection itself is the problem. But a dedicated line in this era can't be cheap. I call the telecom company and find out. I go quiet. The minimum package starts at $3,000 a month, and that's before application fees, material fees, installation fees, all told well over 10,000. And for a game company, I need high speed. The higher the better. The rep quotes me 480,000 a month for that tier, and because I'm in a residential building, they can't even install it. Fine, I'll move. You win for now, telecom, but I'll build a company that runs you into the ground someday. The servers total around 250,000. I still have nearly 700,000 left. I call a moving company and rent a villa. Don't even bother viewing it first. 70,000 a month. I pay the deposit and first month up front, 350,000 total, then call the telecom company. The next morning they move fast, laying the lines and activating my dedicated connection. The servers go in, game data transfers over. It's exactly noon when everything's done, but I don't launch a new server yet. I post an update for the existing players, then get to work organizing paperwork to apply for licenses. Honestly, I have no idea what licenses a game company actually needs. I'm clueless. I check my remaining funds, just over 300,000 left. I go straight to a job site and start scanning resumes. After about half an hour, one catches my eye. Victor Liu, 40 years old, former manager at multiple tech companies. Not a general manager, but on paper alone, this guy is clearly capable. The comments under his profile, though, say he got fired. Now he's desperately job hunting. Perfect. I narrow my eyes, pick up my phone, and dial. Half an hour later, a man walks in, extremely serious looking, stone-faced, every bit the professional manager, stepping into the villa. Instant mutual distaste. He's so formal, probably just as uptight with everyone around him, I think to myself. This kid looks like a slacker, probably some rich second-gen playing pretend entrepreneur, Victor thinks to himself. Hello, I'm the owner of this company. Hello, Victor Liu. I've reviewed your background. No need to introduce yourself. Do you like getting involved in other people's business? What? Victor is completely thrown. He shakes his head, confused. Setting up a company, handling registration, applying for licenses. Can you handle all that? I ask again. All right, you seem confident enough. That means yes, you're hired. I wave him off and turn toward the server room. Victor snaps back to reality and hurries after me. Boss, what do you mean? We haven't even talked about salary or anything else. That's enough for me. Victor swears this is the easiest job interview he has ever had in his life, but because it was so easy, it actually makes him nervous. Salary, right. What were you making at your last job? Annual salary plus bonus, roughly 800,000. I'll give you 1 million. Anything else to add? No, nothing. Actually, boss, you at least need to tell me what we do. Gaming company. Online games. Gaming, sure. Good money if you do it right. Boss, what's our quarterly revenue? The game is still free to play, not charging yet, but yesterday I crowdfunded 900,000. What? Victor is stunned. Once he hears the full story and the company's direction, he's torn. No registered company, no licenses, and they're already running a live game? I should leave. But this boss is seriously capable. Just a casual browser game already pulling tens of thousands of players. Potential audience even bigger. Once the servers are solid and the licenses are in place, once the monetization opens up, this thing prints money. And the boss is generous, already has a full client game ready, and honestly this game is really fun to play. Watching Victor get more and more hooked, I can barely keep a straight face. Where's your professionalism? Didn't you say you were just testing the gameplay? How did you get addicted? Can it blow up? I ask. Yes, massively. Blow your mind kinda big. Boss, I'm heading out right now to file for the company and licenses. 3 days max, then the client game officially enters permanent beta. I'll open up a few servers so players can get started. Walking out of the villa with a folder of documents, the cold air hits Victor and snaps him back to his senses. He looks back at the villa and mutters, something's wrong with this company. I haven't even signed an employment contract, and I'm already working. After Victor leaves, I don't waste a second. 5 servers modified and ready. I start setting up the zones, the Maplewood Town mega server, Solo Village, Zarku Village, Kuroka Village, Mirara Village, and Hugil Village. 5 villages. Solo Village is where Blaze and his crew started, and Solo is actually a nod to that wide-eyed village elder's name. The other 4 are brand new zones, though calling them new isn't quite right either, because while the gameplay in those 4 villages is similar to Solo Village, the maps are completely different. This game is built from the real Magic Civilization. These 5 villages and their seal formations actually exist in the Magic Civilization's vassal principalities. Once I have the resources, I'll merge the servers. Normally a server merge just boosts population numbers to keep dead zones alive, but when I merge, I mean a real merge. The maps physically fuse together. The game world expands. As technology keeps advancing and the merges continue, this game world will become a true virtual second world. I think to myself and schedule the update. A few minutes of download downtime, and then, when the update notes hit the player's screens, everyone loses it. Are you serious? No more lag. 5 zones, total online capacity of 50,000 players, 4 brand new zones opening up, and everyone who backed the crowdfunding campaign can claim exclusive limited edition skins and titles. Players who backed the campaign go absolutely wild. Those who didn't are devastated. Mixed emotions everywhere. Players turn to the upcoming update preview. After reading it, everyone suddenly realizes one key truth. What does a truly great game attract? Whales, gold farmers, both pouring in. On the freshly launched official site, the forums are already overflowing. Hundreds of posts in under 10 minutes. My first real fortune is almost here. I nod, satisfied, open my laptop and get back to coding. I keep at it until evening, when Victor takes a cab back to the villa and reports back. Everything's been filed, all in progress. Company licenses should arrive tomorrow. The game licenses have stricter review, but they should still come through within 3 days. The next morning I wake up and go straight back to coding. Days of non-stop typing. Even I'm starting to feel it. Time to start prepping materials for the consciousness transmitter, I think. I open OmniShop and start buying. In the future, the consciousness transmitter will be one of humanity's greatest inventions. Born in the age of Exodus. In just over 100 years, humanity divides history by its defining disasters. The era before the asteroid strike, 7 years from now, which is the time we live in now, is called the Age of Peace. The asteroid impact, an extinction-level event, is eventually stopped. Humanity deploys every ultimate weapon it has and blasts the asteroid apart. In the debris, nations discover materials and brand new fusion elements never found on Earth before. These discoveries launch Earth's technology forward by leaps and bounds. Fusion energy, for instance, reaches its peak within just a few years. Abundant energy propels humanity into the age of stars. And beyond that, biogenetics sees a massive breakthrough. Using fusion elements, scientists develop gene serums that repair and perfect the human genome. Congenital diseases become a thing of the past. Children born with perfect genes grow stronger with every generation. Humanity is evolving toward godhood. Then biogenetics pivots to gene modification and gene fusion. The age of stars is the beginning of an explosive technological leap, one that also reveals the dying sun crisis. Energy technology surges again, and just like in the movies, humanity builds planetary engines powerful enough to move the Earth itself. But unlike the movies, humanity doesn't suffer nearly as badly. The biogenetics boom gives people the ability to survive in even the most brutal conditions. Even crops like corn and wheat, along with animal genetics, are rapidly modified and rolled out. This era is the age of Exodus. Crisis and opportunity side by side. Every catastrophe pushes human technology forward, and in the age of Exodus, the consciousness transmitter stands as one of the greatest inventions of the age. In the world to come, there are so many breathtaking inventions. Robots that fully replace human labor, inertial AI powering nearly every machine, a biochip that stimulates the human brain to generate an auxiliary consciousness, what we call the neural AI, and so much more. Far too much to list. But sadly, the technology I can actually build right now is severely limited. No raw materials to work with. I sigh and start sorting through everything I bought on OmniShop. In this era, I can make decent money. Plenty of it, actually. Push cutting-edge tech forward by even a small step, and the returns are beyond what most people can imagine. But the risks are too high. Without gene modification, I don't have the superhuman body I had before I died. Forget missiles or nukes. A single bullet could end me. Even this two-dimensional client game almost did me in. My hands are still numb. I'm not pulling any more all-nighters coding. Dying from exhaustion would be an embarrassment for any self-respecting reincarnator. The consciousness transmitter is my next project. Now that I have the funds, let's get to work. Others don't have a neural AI. I do. It lives inside the human brain. When I first came back, the civilization core still had a faint glow, just enough for the neural AI to connect. But after transmitting everything, the neural AI drained the core's last reserves of energy, pulling itself and the civilization core into deep sleep. To access the core again, only one thing can recharge it: faith energy. A force that even future science cannot yet explain. So how do I generate faith energy? Go out and start a cult? I think for a moment. Then it hits me. I track down a cosplay costume shop, rush order a full Magic Civilization Grand Mage outfit, then head straight to a photography studio for a full shoot. I pick the most striking photo, turn it into an animated image, and with absolutely zero shame, I set my own photo as Magic World's login screen, all for a trickle of faith energy. Boss, I'm back. Victor's voice comes from the hall. What do you mean back? Is that a human thing to say? Victor freezes in the doorway. I work here. What do you mean back? Victor takes a slow breath. The company registration is done. The game operating licenses are coming through today. Good. I nod. Just good. Aren't you supposed to be in a hurry? Victor is baffled again. Boss, shouldn't we hire more people? Sure. The whole day I haul materials around the office working nonstop. By night, the consciousness transmitter is finally complete. It's a monumental device, but surprisingly simple to build. The next day, I sleep straight through to the afternoon. The moment I step out of my room, I find Victor sitting in the first floor living room with a young woman and an older lady. This is Rosa Wang. She worked as a housekeeper before. Says she's a great cook. Perfect timing, it's almost dinner. There's a supermarket 200 meters to the left. Rosa, go grab some ingredients and show us what you've got. She lights up and heads out immediately. And this is Lily Xiao, fresh graduate this year. No work experience, but her resume is excellent. Admin, customer service. She can handle either. She's in. Internship is $8,000 a month, full-time is $12,000. Victor looks a little lost. Are fresh grads really getting paid like that these days? An hour later, Rosa has a full meal ready. I take one bite, wave my hand. That's it, $10,000 a month. Rosa is overjoyed, almost unable to believe it. This young boss is incredibly generous. All right, everyone clock out. Be back before 10 tomorrow morning. Back in my room, I open my laptop and create an account. Some things in this game still need to be experienced firsthand. As expected, all 5 zones are packed. 50,000 players online, around 20,000 of them already wearing limited edition skins. Over the past few days, I also designed new outfits and mounts, all faithfully recreated from the actual Magic Civilization. From peasant robes to noble attire, from Black Dragon Frost Silk Thread to the Unicorn mount, no price tag, all obtainable only through loot boxes. Dragon Silk loot box, Unicorn loot box, $10 each. Come on then. I already know exactly how many players are going to roast me after tomorrow's update. The next morning as the servers go live, players who had already downloaded the client start flooding in. All 5 villages. Every player who has reached level 10 steps into Maplewood Town. I log in too. Can't run this without a plant. The area around the Profession Master in Maplewood Town is already packed wall to wall with players. Every level 10 player making their class selection. Levels 10 through 19 are the Apprentice Practitioner tier, Apprentice Mage, and so on. I walk my character to the Mage Practitioner and select the Mage class. Transfer complete. I pull up the live stream and check on Blaze first. He's ranting and roasting, and his target is clearly me. This is such a scam. 100,000 and it's still not a guaranteed pull? You need 280,000 for the pity system? Unbelievable. Willow has already completed her class transfer too. She went healer. She's biting her lip, staring at the skins in the store. Open a box, come on, don't be ridiculous. The odds are 1 in 10,000. My regular viewers all know my luck is terrible. Open one anyway, everyone wants to see it. Even just one. Willow gives in and buys 10 boxes. Here we go. She closes her eyes and clicks through them all. Congratulations, you received Dragon Scale thread. The chat watches as Willow opens her eyes. One box left. I quickly type a string of code. Congratulations, player receives the Black Dragon Frost Silk outfit. Willow screams with excitement. I'm the lucky queen. Don't ever call me an unlucky loser again. Ha! I close the stream and open the back-end monitoring system. Sure enough, the moment Willow pulls the Black Dragon Frost Silk outfit, paying player spike, and loot box sales shoot through the roof. The day flies by. I sit in the office waiting, not just for the day 1 revenue numbers, but more importantly, for the neural AI to wake up. Once it does, the consciousness transmitter becomes usable, and I can let the neural AI build out the full 3-dimensional version of this game, expand the maps, and even optimize the game's internals. At the same time, I'm hunched over my workbench in the office, hammering away for a full day straight. I'm building a personal defense weapon. As the company grows, I have to think about my own safety. Right now, funds are limited, materials are limited, and the tech foundation is limited. Electromagnetic pulse weapons, laser cannons, gene weapons, all just wishful thinking. What I can build is a compact sonic weapon. Sonic weapons are terrifying and yet surprisingly easy to conceal. Sustained exposure to targeted sound waves pushes the human body past its limit. Future scientists, drawing on magic civilization spell research, took it a step further, blending dark magic spell frequencies with sonic waves to create an entirely new weapon, the dark resonance wave. Depending on the combination of spell frequency and sonic frequency, it can induce sleep, cause hallucinations, or directly damage the brain. After a full day of work, I produce a single black glove with a data signal receiver embedded inside. Once the neural AI wakes up and helps transmit the dark resonance frequencies, the glove will be capable of both hallucination and sleep induction. The night passes quietly. The next morning, a shout jolts me awake. It's exploding! It's exploding! Yesterday, another 30,000 players flooded into the starter village, and that's just 100,000 players total. Do you know how much they spent on day 1? Over 8 million. That much? Even I'm caught off guard. Boss, buy more servers. As long as we hold steady, the money will just keep coming. Buy them. I wave my hand. Get on it. 100 units from Aegis Tech. At Arcpeng headquarters, a woman in a sharp business suit strides in carrying a thick stack of reports, heading straight for the general manager's office. What is it this time? Director New, head of game publishing and operations, looks up in surprise at her. Director New, a truly phenomenon-level online game has appeared. Magic World started as a browser game, went viral after 2 major streamers promoted it, then updated to a full client game yesterday. 100,000 players on day 1, and over 8 million in sales. Contact our Shanghai branch, have them reach out directly, and I need you to go there yourself. Travel to Shanghai in person. Make contact with Second World Inc. Try to acquire them. Understood. The woman turns to leave. Then Director New speaks again. Wait, if they won't sell, offer 500 million for 51% equity, or a full acquisition. I look at the sharp, confident woman standing in front of me. I'm sorry, I don't care about money. What I care about is a vision. I decline both. Arcpeng's Vivian Zhang has barely left when Bornet's people show up, looking to buy my technology. They get the same answer. That night, 100 servers stream into the villa. Once the delivery crew leaves, I grab my tools and start reworking the hardware and software of every machine, not finishing until the next afternoon. I power them all on. Victor stands nearby, looking uneasy. Over 100 servers running in this house. Are we really okay? Bad cooling could cause an explosion. Don't worry, trust my work. This technology for this era is generational. I've linked all 105 servers into a balanced shared computing network. For now, I've capped capacity. Maplewood Town holds 100,000. Each village holds 10,000. Overheating is not a problem. Total new capacity, 50,000 players. Victor stares. No wonder you weren't worried. Boss, this is prime earnings season. We bought 100 servers and only added 50,000 players. What's the deal? We're opening new zones. Not rushing this. I have a plan, trust me. Are you kidding? I've had this figured out from the start. Every zone in Magic World has to be completely unique because in the future we'll be merging these mega servers together. If any zones overlap, the entire game's map becomes a mess, and I can feel it. The neural AI is close to waking up. Once it does, new zones and maps can go live anytime. It can optimize existing maps, game balance, even visual quality. Come on, everyone who logs in, look at my login screen. Bring that faith energy in. I wake up the next morning, and the neural AI has truly awakened. Inside my mind, the civilization core pulses with a soft, faint glow. A presence within the core reaches out to me. Master, the new maps are ready. Optimization is complete. Connect to the servers as soon as possible. The voice rises in my mind. Understood. On it. I sprint to the office, grab the consciousness transmitter, then run into the server room. One end connects to the server, the other clipped to my temple. I close my eyes. The neural AI begins exporting data. This is the earliest, most primitive version of the consciousness transmitter. Because I came back to my younger self, the biochip at the back of my skull is gone. Otherwise, the biochip's built-in wireless sensor would allow direct, wireless data transfer. I use my admin access to check what's been uploaded to the servers. 5 full maps, 5 towns including the updated Maplewood Town, 50 villages, all forming one seamless connected map with unexplored regions locked beyond its borders. Looking at what the neural AI produced, I have to admit, the neural AI truly is a biological supercomputer, incredibly powerful. Game balance, systems design, it outperforms any human team by a wide margin. Each village produces different resources. No zone will ever become a dead wasteland, and after the optimization, players logging into Magic World will no longer need to choose a server. Everything runs on one unified server. Moving between different maps is simply a data transfer. I finish writing up the full update notes and hit publish. Another update? What the? It's only been a few days. Incredibly productive. No way. All players on one unified server? Looks like once it fills up, 1.5 million players online at the same time. This game is absolutely insane. insane. The marketplace is fully open now. The gold farmers are going to go crazy. Players are buzzing everywhere. I casually open the streaming platform to check if Willow has gone live. She hasn't. But the moment I open it, I freeze. My brow furrows. So it's already begun. Every channel, not a single stream of Magic World anywhere. Instead, the entire platform is plastered with ads for other games. Unbelievable. I just pushed an update. Haven't even fully announced it yet. And they're already moving. Victor rushes into the office. Arcpang and Bornet have started targeting us. Every major game is pushing updates, and the platforms have been pressured to block Magic World streams. What's your play? I ask. Victor pauses, and surprisingly his voice goes calm. He thinks for a moment. If you truly won't sell the technology or equity, we have two options. 1. File patents on the technology. 2. Use the technology and company as collateral for a bank loan. Lock down the early stage strategy, and move as fast as possible to secure enough players. Given what Second World Inc. has, the technology and Magic World's potential, I'm confident the bank will offer something worth your time. None of that is necessary. Magic World doesn't need outside help to rise. It's strong enough on its own. Push today's Magic World update right now. At the same time, order 400 more servers. Stack them all in the basement. I'll mod them when I have time. That will give us the player capacity we need. And the funding? Victor is stunned. 400 servers. That's 20 million. Put down a deposit. Pay the rest when the servers arrive. Victor watches me and can't help wondering, does this boss have a hidden team behind him? Or a filthy rich family? Where else could all this money be coming from? After Victor leaves, I check the time. I start pushing the full Magic World update. It goes fast. Everything was already prepared and just needed to go live. But for Magic World players, downloading it is another story. Even after the neural AI's optimization, the patch is still 50 gigabytes. No way. How is one Magic World update bigger than reinstalling other games entirely? I finished updating, and it's actually true. All players really are on one unified server. According to the Maplewood Town Library quest info, Maplewood Town belongs to Razel City, one of 43 major cities in the northern human territory of the Duchy of Biren, with a population of about 180,000. What is Second World Inc. actually planning? One city's entire population in a single zone? Has anyone noticed? The Magic World map is absolutely massive. There are 3 known continents: the Fallen God continent, where the Magic God fell; the Savage continent, home to orc tribes and wild clans; and the human territories, the Shinin continent, where we players are. How big is the Shinin continent? According to known records, the Shinin Empire controls 2 additional kingdoms and 4 duchies beyond its core lands, and the Duchy of Biren alone, the country we're standing in, can hold roughly 30 million players. Insane. Terrifying even. And that's not all. Magic World's lore is so deep, it feels like a real living world. According to Magic World's own history, we're currently in year 8071 of the God Fall calendar, the year after the Magic God's fall. In this year, the entire world is starting to destabilize. We're on the eve of a world war. And by the numbers, the Shinin continent alone could hold 3 billion players. 3 billion people. Do you realize what that means? That's almost half the world's population. If everyone played Magic World, if the technology ever allowed the whole world to log in at once, this would be humanity's second world. Just as the players suspect, Magic World is a real civilization, and this era truly is on the edge of collapse. As future updates roll out, players will eventually take part in Magic World's 100-year war, and this is no exaggeration. Before I reincarnated, when humanity first made contact with the Magic civilization, the only reason Earth won was that the Magic civilization's 100-year war had just ended, their entire society in ruins, casualties beyond counting, nearly dropping a full civilization tier. Without that, humanity might never have won, because the Magic civilization had been evolving for over 10,000 years. That thought lingers, and I stare up at the ceiling. In this lifetime, will that war between civilizations still come? Science. Its final frontier is theology. I know this better than anyone. In the not-so-distant future, with the pressure of World's End bearing down, the very first thing I build is a game, recreated from a Magic civilization that actually exists somewhere in this universe. A virtual world designed to hold 80 billion people, which, in my plan, will become humanity's second world. For now, once the 400 ordered servers arrive, the 5 mega servers will hold 7.5 million players. Once an industrial base is built and artificial intelligence is developed, this world, currently just a place to play, will truly come alive. Everything inside it will mirror the real world, and with an industrial base, whether we're producing inertial AI robots to accelerate development or building combat robots in armed forces, all of it is critical if we're going to survive what's coming. After Magic World's major update lands, every player loses their mind. I'm confident that with Magic World's quality, the cap of 1.5 million players will be hit within 3 days. Day 1 total spending already clears 60 million. Looks like I made the right call. Gaming really is a goldmine. Boss, the 400 servers are here. I'll move to the basement. I give a quick nod and start gathering my tools. Modding the servers takes a full night. Then I wire everything up and bring them online. I send a notice to players inside the game, restart all servers, and go to sleep. What I don't know is that this update sends every single player into a frenzy. 5 mega servers, 5 zones, every map completely different. When they eventually merge, nearly 10 million players will share one world. Don't forget, according to the lore books, the Duchy of Biren is made up of 43 major cities. If they all get added, this becomes a game holding hundreds of millions of players. Day 1 for me, and I finally understand why this company is called Second World. I wake up and it's already afternoon. I check my missed calls and dial back. Hey Lance, the call connects, and on the other end comes a voice both familiar and strange. One I know. Good old Lance Shen, living up to his name in every way, wild and reckless. Unfortunately, he's a guy. I remember what comes next. A few years from now, after Lance graduates, by all accounts a top student destined to become a leading scientist. But his family is hit by disaster, and reality grinds him down. In the early age of stars, desperate for money, he joins a lab's gene experiment. It goes wrong. The next time I see him, he is no longer quite human, hiding alone in a remote African village, and eventually choosing to end it himself. Hearing that familiar voice again, I nearly lose it. I've come back. I can save Lance. But what about the thousands of others like him? Can I really do anything for them? Hey, how are you doing? Lance's voice comes through again. I'm great. I've actually started a tech company. Any one of our products could sell for 100 billion easy, believe it or not. Yeah, sure. Let's grab food sometime. After some small talk, the night passes in a blur. I work through the night using the neural AI to fine-tune Magic World's balance, adjusting details throughout the game. With a wave of publicity, Magic World's total online players across all zones now exceeds 4 million, #1 concurrent online players in the country. Manual daily adjustments are getting out of hand. Building an artificial intelligence has to happen soon. And once I've built up enough wealth, biogenetics needs to be tackled early too. A perfect immortality serum and a gene enhancement serum can't be created yet, but a simplified version might be within reach. Just then, a knock at the door. Boss, Arcpang's people are here. Already? so they couldn't hold out. I change into clean, casual clothes and follow Victor downstairs. Good afternoon. Arkpeng CEO and Bornet CEO have arranged a dinner at Dragon's Head Estate and asked me to personally extend the invitation. Let's go. I don't hesitate. I step forward. Outside the villa, the driver opens the door and I settle into a Bentley. A luxury car is a luxury car. Nothing that impresses me much, seeing as I personally piloted a 100 billion value warship in my past life. At Dragon's Head Estate, Bornet's CEO steps forward first with a grin, with Arkpeng's CEO right beside him, both shaking my hand. Mr. Chen, I'm sure you already know why we're here. Looking at the photo, I genuinely can't believe it. Someone who controls technology this advanced, and he's this young. Mr. Chen, name your price. Back at the villa, Victor's jaw drops. Boss, I can't stay calm about this. Pour this money in and Second World hits a whole new level. Within a year, we'd be one of the biggest internet companies in the country. Forget it, I say. I have other plans for this money. Only a fraction goes into internet. The rest goes into manufacturing, heavy industry, real industry. What? Victor stares at me, completely lost. We make games. We finally have money and you're not growing the company? You want heavy industry? Are you serious? This is going to be the death of me. Victor watches me disappear into my office. The door clicks shut. He slumps onto the couch, head in his hands. Lily steps out to grab some water. She spots Victor on the couch, rubbing his temples with a pained expression, and approaches carefully. Victor, you okay? What's the boss thinking? The gaming side is already doing so well, and he wants to run off into manufacturing? Is the company going under? Is he selling it? Lily sighs. She thinks about her family's situation. Another job lost. Her mood sinks. What are you talking about? Victor rolls his eyes. Even if he goes all in on heavy industry, we're not going under. The boss has money. Just pulled 20 billion from Arkpeng and Bornet. 20 billion? Lily's mouth falls open. The cup slips from her hand and hits the floor. I step into my office. I start searching for acquisition targets online. Two stand out. An industrial company and a research base, both in Hangzhou. The research base is up for auction. The Tianhe Supercomputing Center, Hangzhou. I never thought something like this would hit the open market. 6 months ago, Hangzhou launched the Shenwei supercomputer cluster. The Tianhe base has probably been sitting idle ever since. I have to get it. I have to. Build on the Tianhe Foundation and plant Second World's headquarters right there. It's the perfect move. Tianhe -2 is a bit dated, sure. But once I have a supercomputer, the neural AI comes online immediately. That saves enormous time. Decision made. I turn to my second target, Tianhong Industries. Calls itself a full-service industrial company. Really just a contract factory. I dial. Hello. Is this Director Sun? Speaking. You sound young, he says. Are you seriously calling about acquiring Tianhong? Preston frowns. Whether I buy depends on your price. 12 billion. He says it without blinking. Clearly doesn't think I'm serious. 8 billion. I say, and don't negotiate. I've looked at every asset Tianhong holds. That price is more than fair. Preston sucks in a sharp breath, frozen. Who is this person? This young and already sitting on nearly 10 billion in liquid capital? He thinks for a long moment. He can't figure it out. Let me think it over. Sure, I'll be in Hangzhou next week for an auction. I'll come to you directly. Next morning, I call a staff meeting and announce the move to Hangzhou. Victor, Lily, and Rosa all say yes without hesitation. I'm thrilled. I decide to treat them. Company cars. Boss, are you serious? These are way too expensive. Stop standing there. I grab my card and hand it straight to the sales rep. Swipe it. The S680, the G-Wagon, the 911, and that Aston Martin. All four. 1 week later, Victor drives us to the station in his new S680. When we arrive in Hangzhou, old Ding is waiting. Let's go. Auction's about to start. We move fast and arrive at the venue. A veteran professor who oversaw the Tianhe base steps up to the podium. I hereby announce the official start of the Tianhe supercomputing base auction. He pauses and looks around the room. Opening bid 2 billion. 2 billion 10 million. 2 billion 20 million. 2 billion 30 million. Paddles go up across the room, but neither old Ding nor any of the other big players I'd spoken with say a word. Everyone just watches. Then the bidding slows. The price sits at 2 billion 510 million. A few of the big players roll up their sleeves smiling, ready to move. And then they see my paddle already in the air. 4 billion. I take the Tianhe supercomputing base for 4 billion. The news breaks and the internet explodes. Unbelievable. Magic World's next phase is going to run on a supercomputer? That's never been done before. Insane. Billions just for servers. I'm done. Dad, are you home? I'm back. After the auction, I call my parents. Oh, you remember where home is. Come to the shop. Your mom and I are here. 10 minutes later, Lily and I arrive at a neighborhood of old courtyard houses. My parents have sharp eyes. They're already rushing over. You actually brought a girlfriend home. She's my assistant and secretary. Her name is Lily. Secretary? They both freeze. Lily steps forward. I'm the boss's assistant and secretary. I'm Lily Xiao. After her introduction, the four of us step into Kiyun Antique Studio. Walls lined with antiques, the whole place draped in old world elegance. I look around and shake my head. Dad, why keep your real treasures hidden? Afraid I'd find out? My dad blinks. How do you know about that? And what's this whole assistant business? Don't tell me you figured out we're loaded and dragged her here on purpose. If I hadn't been reincarnated, it would have been years before I found any of this out. In Hangzhou's antique world, almost everyone knows my father, Chen Yi. Why would I want your money? I started a company in Shanghai. Turns out it actually worked. Ask Lily if you don't believe me. Right on cue, Lily quietly says, the boss hit about 20.4 billion in revenue at the 1-year mark. What? My parents spin around, their faces go blank. This is where I grew up. Standing in my old room, something stirs in my chest. On the bookshelf, little decorative pieces I used to ignore. I smile to myself. These aren't little decorations anymore. These are genuine antiques. Seeing them, my expression shifts. The secret of immortality doesn't just appear out of thin air. Throughout all of history, emperors and kings have chased it. Did anyone in the ancient world actually achieve it? Yes. The most famous was Pengzu, said to have lived 800 years. After him came a man called Huang Shanjun, who inherited Pengzu's relics and lived centuries more with the face of a young man. In my previous life, my father got hold of an artifact from a connected tomb. That's what led to his fate. Then, years later, a planetary impact hits Earth. Humanity gains access to rare materials and substances. Combined with the ancient secret of immortality, the technology of the new era finally cracks the code completely. And from that point on, immortality becomes a universal benefit. I need to start laying groundwork now. I frown, thinking it through. My father runs an antique business. He's connected to tomb divers. The true secret of immortality is buried in ancient lineages, held by a rare few extraordinary individuals. They follow ancient codes passed down for generations, crawling through mountains and wilderness, never interacting with outsiders. The Gene Research Institute where Lance participated in experiments in his previous life, that was one such family's operation. For now, I'll stay at home. I think it through quietly. During this period, people will definitely come looking to cause trouble for my father. I need to use that window to bring some of them over to my side. On top of that, I need to keep an eye on the supercomputing base. First priority, get the neural AI up and running. Once that's done, development on Magic World's next phase can begin. begin. But before any of that, I need to lock down the industrial base. That way I can run construction and neural AI development in parallel. By the time the AI goes live, the industrial base will be ready to start mass production, inertial AI robots, and all the equipment I need. I turn to Lily. Get me Tianhong Industries chairman, Preston Sun. 1 hour later, I'm face to face with Preston. I get straight to the point. Same as I said before. 8 billion. Sell me Tianhong. Deal? I've thought it over. Yes, but Mr. Chen, aren't you going to inspect the facility? Preston looks surprised. No need. Most of it's getting torn down anyway. I'm putting 3 billion into renovation and cleanup. Before anything can complicate matters, Preston grins. Mr. Chen, you don't hold back. Let's sign today. Back when I was in Shanghai, I had already designed the renovations using both facilities' blueprints. The neural AI designed it in a future tech style, easily one of the most advanced designs of this era. I immediately commissioned several top construction firms to build it. The base goes up. Security is the next problem. I think for a moment, then make a call. Half an hour later, 2 men pull up outside the tea house in a van. Mr. Chen, I'm Marcus Wang, and I'm Leo Li. The handshake tells me everything I need to know about their capabilities. Before humanity entered the Age of Stars, extraordinary power was not something humans fully understood. When humanity first made contact with the magic civilization, many tried to modify themselves to practice magic. But they discovered that science alone could steamroll any magic civilization. Science is the foundation. Every form of extraordinary power can be analyzed and mastered by science. Magic is powerful? Not a problem. We developed gene serum that grants full immunity to magic damage. Combat energy is strong? Also not a problem. Our body enhancement serum already turned every human into a living tank. You want to slash me with combat energy? Go ahead, but the recommendation is to order a custom hyperalloy broadsword from Omnishop first. Otherwise your blade shatters on contact. The 2 men in front of me have clearly been through some kind of modification. You 2 are with me from now on. A friend vouched for you, so I'll treat you right. Monthly base of 30,000, bonuses on top, starting at 30,000. Marcus and Leo are stunned. They're fighters, no question, trained under a master since childhood. But martial skill doesn't exactly come with a job market. I know what you 2 are capable of, which is why the base is higher than standard. Bonuses depend on the contribution you make, to me or the company. The bigger the impact, the bigger the payout. Understood? Understood. Understood. Marcus and Leo both nod. There's one thing I need done immediately. Recruit retired military for security. Top pay. For veterans, I actually have a connection. There's a guy I grew up with, Elite Special Forces. He runs a group chat, all veterans. A lot of them are his old comrades. Reach out. I'll take all of them. Both my operations are unguarded right now. Tomorrow, Tianhe base, everyone assembles. Back at Q Antique Studio, my father is at the tea table talking with a massive man in jeans and a tank top. The door opens suddenly, both of them jump. Easy, it's my son. The big man's tense muscles relax. Young Master Chen, just the presence on you. What brings you here? Didn't you always hate antiques? I casually pick up the piece he was just appraising and turn it over in my hands. It's a small bronze object, shaped like a miniature ritual vessel. What's this worth? Kid, even I can't pin this one down. It's not an incense burner. Looks pre-Qin dynasty to me. If we can trace its origin, the value could be enormous. And if we can't, 300,000. My dad's mouth twitches. Cute little trinket. I set the bronze vessel back on the table. My eyes flicker. I turn to the big man. My father doesn't recognize this piece, but I do. This is an ancient lampstand from thousands of years ago. Its true name has been lost to history. It was created before 2500 BC, during what I call the Lost Era, a forgotten gap in human history. Every impossible legend of gods and immortality traces back to that period. Later scholars theorize that the so-called deities of that era may have genuinely existed, and may have been extraterrestrial. The origin of the immortality secret itself traces to that same period. Most likely, extraterrestrials came to Earth, studied immortality, and then left, taking the secret with them. The artifacts connected to those beings were buried with the people of that era, but because that period left behind no written records, its truth is beyond reach. And that is why later generations simply called this piece the ancient lampstand. What's your name? I ask the big man. Titan's son. The big man hesitates, then gives his real name. My dad shakes his head. Show some respect. Uncle Titan is a legend in this world. Titan. Interested in working with me? My dad and Titan both freeze. My dad shoots up and grabs my arm. Are you out of your mind? Stay out of this world. I know you're in tech. You don't believe in any of this, but some things science can't explain. You've got billions. You can do anything you want. If this thing drags you down, your whole future is gone. Dad, relax. Let me explain. I smile and sit back down. The secret your families have chased for generations. It's about to be exposed, isn't it? Titan goes pale with shock. How do you know that? I'll be straight with you. My net worth is only a few billion, and even I know. Think about it. If someone far more powerful than me is out there, do you think they don't know? Titan trembles. My dad watches with his mouth open. What's going on? Is there actually a secret here? Right then, Titan drops to his knees, clean and fast. Young Master Chen, please show me the way. My dad is more confused with every word. What is happening? These families have worked this trade for generations. You think it's really about antiques? Did you never wonder why they keep going generation after generation? It's because of immortality. Titan nods. Beyond the Sun family, there are several other great families, all chasing the same secret across generations. You want the list? I'll get you the list. I'm already partnered with Arcpeng and Bornet, and quietly there are others involved. This stays completely sealed, under my control alone. Join me and I'll equip you. How about it? I'm in. Titan doesn't hesitate. Since young Master Chen holds artifacts from so many ancient sources, I'm honored to serve. And beyond that, just based on this alone, you can protect me and the Sun family. The Sun family is under my protection. I can tell you clearly, as long as you hold up your end, the Sun family will be completely safe. And in the future, you will receive a reward beyond anything you can imagine. Go gather your people. I spent 8 billion on Tianhong Industries here in Hangzhou. Once renovation is complete, it will be your first source of advanced equipment and gear. Thank you, young Master Chen. I'll take my leave. With that, Titan leaves his contact info and walks out, leaving my dad standing there with his jaw on the floor. The endpoint of science is theology. As a reincarnator, I know this better than anyone. In the near future, with extinction level pressure bearing down on humanity, I've already acquired an industrial base. Interested in staying on? I I need people. Stay with me and I'll give you the CEO position at Tianhong. How does that sound? What? Preston is stunned. I'm using Tianhong as the foundation for a high-tech incubator. If you're in, you keep running the operations. Deal. I'm in. Not like I had anything better to do. I wasn't going to start another company anyway. That afternoon, I arrive at the supercomputing base and meet the veteran team Marcus has assembled. Former special forces, now my security force. The whole base feels more secure already. I pull the data transmitter from my bag and head down to the supercomputer control room. At the main console, I plug the transmitter into the data port. The neural AI in my mind springs into action, pushing streams of data into the supercomputer. 1 hour later, a clear chime rings out. The display lights up. A sphere of swirling data appears. Master, hello. Please select an operating level. A crisp voice fills the room. Initialize at S1. Beginning self-diagnostic. Hardware varies, and so does what the AI can do. The stronger the hardware, the faster the AI runs. S1 is the lowest setting. 99% of the AI's capacity stays dormant. Diagnostic complete. After optimization, adaptive operation at S2 is achievable. I raise an eyebrow. Hardware capable of running S2 is rare anywhere in the world at this point in time. After a few more moments of optimization, the display glows again. A warmer, more natural voice speaks. Boba at your service. It's a girl's voice. Hello. Search Second World text server allocation. Transfer the Magic World game client to this supercomputer. Have Second World's existing servers assist with data processing. At the same time, optimize the in-game economy and class balance. Post a system announcement. Full version update tomorrow. Yes, Master. Command executed. With everything in motion, I draw up a list of materials and equipment and send Marcus and Leo to buy everything. Around 3 in the afternoon, the two arrive with a cargo truck. Latest model LED transparent glass displays. Micro-scale signal transmission chips. All of this is for one purpose. To build a pair of glasses that links the neural AI with the AI system. I work through the night. By the time I'm done, the neural AR glasses sit in my hands. I put them on, press the tiny button near my ear, the lenses shimmer, rows of data appear before me. Neural AI linked. Master, hello, Boba at your service. The data resolves into a real voice inside my mind. I focus my thoughts. Activate Smart Assist view. A soft blue light flashes across my vision. Information fills my field of view. I glance at the teacup on the desk, a glass cup I just drank from. Glacial Soul Crystal Cup. A wall of detailed information about the cup floods my vision. The next morning, I'm up early, heading straight to the supercomputing base. Magic World has been running for almost 2 weeks. Player count has hit the cap, 7.5 million. Today is also the full version update, and I'm using this moment to open another mega server. The old servers couldn't handle it. Now with the supercomputer and the AI, the pressure is manageable. I head into the supercomputer control room and have Boba pull up the Magic World backend. Post the update alert, kick all players offline, begin update. Command in progress complete, game upgrade finished, database updated, awaiting client download. The supercomputer and AI working together blows any standard server out of the water. No waiting at all. The data just overwrites directly. The backend starts showing live client update counts. Within a minute, over 2 million players have already started the update. The new patch notes hit the screens and hundreds of thousands of players jump to read them immediately. And 10 minutes later, they're still not done. There's no denying it. Every player who reads the patch notes understands one thing. The age of Magic World has truly arrived. Master, Titan's son is calling. Put him through. I lean back in my chair. Titan's face appears on the display. He's at a street stall clearly eating breakfast. What time do you think it is? 10 in the morning and you're just eating breakfast? Slept in, huh? Titan jolts. His chopsticks hit the ground. He looks around nervously. Young Master Chen, do you really need to monitor me? Look up. The camera on the utility pole to your right. I can see you from here. Titan looks up at the pole. He sucks in a sharp breath and doesn't doubt it for a second. Now this is real technology. Young Master Chen, I've made good progress on what you asked. All told, over 20 people. Say the word and we can assemble at any time. No rush. 2 weeks from now works. Just bring everyone directly. The call ends. I turn to Boba. Quietly monitor everyone Titan is in contact with. If anyone shows suspicious intent, alert Titan discreetly. Next on the list, find a steel mill. The reason is to smelt a specific alloy. A tier 3 hyper alloy that won't be developed for years, but will become the essential metal for building warships and spacecraft in the age of stars. The sealed industrial base I'm building requires this alloy specifically. With it, I can produce fully automated smart machine tools and a fully intelligent industrial complex. That is the entire point of this project. This base will continuously produce technology that surpasses this era, and without this special metal, none of it means anything. 2 weeks pass. The sealed industrial base is fully constructed. Workers are finishing the last rooftop sections. I have Preston reach out to a local steel mill to open acquisition talks. The next day, Preston signs the agreement on my behalf. The small mill is officially renamed Titan Steel. Then the materials go into the furnace and I take the floor myself. Following the tier 3 hyperalloy formula, I screen every material and calibrate every ratio with precision. On the third day, the final batch of molten steel pours out. Phase 1 complete. I can't wait to start building the equipment I need. Once the machine tools and inertial AI robots are online, everything that follows becomes so much easier. 1 hour later, inside Tianhong's sealed industrial base, truckload after truckload of molten steel rolls in. The molds I had prepared in advance are brought out. The pour begins. The workers handling the pour are ordinary laborers, while I'm busy with something else entirely, formulating specialized compounds and building a superconducting EM gun. The superconducting EM gun is not a weapon. It's a programming tool for working inside tier 3 hyperalloy. It fires a stable electromagnetic pulse that activates specific metallic properties from within. Once activated, the alloy becomes more than metal. It becomes a fixed transmitter, capable of carrying both energy and data. This step is critical. It is, without question, the most valuable property of this material. 2 days pass. 99% of the special alloy is consumed. The entire sealed industrial base has been completely transformed. I stand alone in the empty facility. Boba, start it up. The lights snap on instantly. Every machine tool and instrument, hundreds of them, along with the robotic arms, all of it glows with a soft ice blue light. Self-diagnostic running. Complete. Industrial center meets stellar entry standard. I exhale quietly. Stellar standard means this facility has the foundational capability to manufacture spacecraft. Auto run mode, screen materials, produce 30 inertial AI robots, produce stellar T1 exosuits, produce a batch of stellar C-class power cores and smart energy rifles. I give the order directly. Boba processes it immediately and distributes the tasks. The entire sealed base surges to life. Ice blue light pulses as robotic arms that look straight out of science fiction select materials and load them into machine tools. The machine tools cut and shape everything at speed, fully intelligent, fully automated. I don't have to touch a single thing. As the metal disappears, a humanoid metal frame takes shape before me. Then secondary processing begins. Electronic components, chips, wiring, wearing, even synthetic skin. In just over 10 minutes, a robot indistinguishable from a real human stands before me. A flicker of blue light crosses its eyes. It activates. The glow in its eyes fades, and the entire base surges into full production. Every machine hums with a sharp driving intensity. Half an hour later, with the preliminary materials already prepped, the remaining 29 robots roll off the line. Boba pushes inertial AI into each robot's chip, then assumes indirect control of them all, taking the lead role herself. Mass production of everything I've ordered begins immediately. The next morning, I inspect the results inside the sealed base. The storage bay is full, rows of uniquely designed sci-fi-styled rifles packed into crates. Over 1,000 of them, all told. And beyond that, several large crates are stacked with all kinds of extraordinary gear. Young Master Chen, we've arrived. 33 people total. Every elite tomb diver we could find in the country. Titan's voice fills the base. Boba has already taken the call. Have a robot escort you to the testing range. Got it. The call ends. I point and say, Boba, have the robots carry 33 Stellar Core combat kits to the range. Just outside the sealed base is the testing range, open and empty, apart from a few worn-out industrial transport vehicles. As I arrive at the range, everyone gathers around. Young Master Chen, I give a small nod. Behind me, 30 inertial AI lifelike robots follow. Under the curious stares of everyone present, the robots lay out the equipment on the ground. Young Master Chen, this is what you prepared for us? Titan can't help asking. The others look equally baffled. This stuff looks way too sci-fi. Honestly looks fake, like toys for kids. I give a slight nod and pick up a smart energy rifle. Then I reach into a bag and pull out a handful of thumb-sized red-veined cylindrical objects and slot them into the rifle. I raise the barrel toward a vehicle. The moment I pull the trigger, a blinding red beam tears through the air. A scrapped industrial transport truck shudders. When the light fades, there's a massive hole through the body of the vehicle, straight through. Everyone can see the other side. What kind of technology is this? Titan stands there questioning. Reality. Don't ask if you don't understand it. This can't be made public yet, so you all know what that means. I glance at Titan. I understand. Titan nods. Young Master Chen, you have my word. If anyone gets any ideas about this gear, I'll end them. I shake my head and look around at the group. No, not just one. That goes for every single one of you. The crowd goes cold. There's more. I open the storage pack and pull out the folded Stellar T1 exosuit. This is exactly what you've seen in the movies. Put it on and you can lift several tons without effort. There's also a specialized helmet. Even running at full power for a week straight, it won't drain. Whether you're diving deep sea or going into orbit, this kit keeps you alive. Titan and everyone around him stare blankly. Young Master Chen, we're just doing a tomb dive. Titan can't hold it in. I look at him. This isn't the kind of tomb you've worked before. The people buried there, they're separated from the real secret by the weight of history. This tomb goes back 5,000 years. Inside it lies the truth. This gear just keeps you from dying in there. What? Titan is horrified. Young Master Chen, you know the exact location of the real secret? How is that possible? So many of our families have been digging for generations and still have no lead. How could you possibly know where it is? Don't worry about how I know. All you need to know is that this equipment keeps you safe anywhere on Earth. That's enough. Marcus, come put on the gear and show everyone. Marcus nods, presses the activation button, and the exosuit rapidly expands and wraps tightly around him. Blue light pulses inside the transparent helmet. Lines of data stream across the visor, visible to Marcus inside. Stellar T1 exosuit, fully activated. Marcus breathes out in awe inside the helmet, and as the suit fully deploys, mechanical arms emerge across his entire body, covering him like a layer of armor, sealing him completely. Once I see that Marcus is fully suited up, I casually pick up a smart energy rifle and aim it at him. Energy signature detected. Evasive action recommended. Marcus looks confused. What does that mean? He starts to turn, and then he sees it. His face drops. I've already fired. It's not just Marcus who goes pale. Everyone freezes. They all witness what this rifle just did. If that shot hits Marcus directly, can he survive? The red beam rips through the air. Marcus is blasted off his feet and hurled 7 or 8 meters back. The moment he lands, the exosuit's robotic arms automatically absorb the impact and set him firmly on the ground. Marcus looks down at his chest where the blast hit. The metal plate is slightly flushed, but he feels nothing. Not a scratch. Everyone is shaken all over again. I toss the rifle to the side and turn to Titan. This exosuit isn't a full combat mech or anything like that, but it will keep you alive. At least for now, short of a nuclear strike this armor holds. Even a 50 cal sniper round won't leave a mark. My God. Titan murmurs, his face going pale. Gear this powerful means this mission is genuinely extremely dangerous. I sit down and cross my legs. Where you're going is Cappadocia, the heart of Turkey. Cappadocia is the most moon-like place on Earth. Many people there live inside caves carved directly into the rock, going deep underground. Much of it is completely uninhabited. Your target is in the most desolate part of that region. Exact coordinates will be transmitted directly to your helmets. When you arrive, put on your helmets and follow the route. Also, the rock there is soft. Digging is easy, but to save time and effort, I've prepared something extra. I look to one of the robots. One of them hauls out something resembling a shoulder-mounted mortar launcher. This is the dark resonance cannon. I stand, hoist it onto my shoulder, and aim at a scrap transport truck nearby. I pull the trigger. The cannon unleashes a thundering pulse. Everyone's brow tightens. Even without being in the line of fire, the shockwave is terrifying. No way! Marcus shouts suddenly. Everyone turns. In an instant, the grimy, rusted transport truck just falls apart, like it shed its own skin. Every layer of grime and every worn component shatters and cascades to the ground. Everything on that truck except the steel frame, every plastic panel, every wire, every headlight, every tire, disintegrates into dust. Unless something is made of steel or material of comparable hardness and density, nothing survives a hit from the dark resonance cannon. I set it down casually. This isn't for combat. This thing is for digging. Find the right spot, fire a few shots, and you'll punch straight through into the tomb. Everyone present swallows hard. I clap my hands. All right, that's the briefing. You're flying out on my private jet. I'll clear the path under the cover of international investment. Go familiarize yourselves with the gear. 1 hour, then we move. A convoy of SUVs rolls out from Tianhong Industries toward the airport. A private jet lifts off without a sound, heading for Turkey. If only someone could sell me a satellite launch center, I mutter, watching the plane disappear. Not for launching satellites, for reaching the moon. Why does the immortality secret connect to Cappadocia, a place that looks just like the lunar surface? Why have so many people in later generations suspected that myths are real, that extraterrestrials visited the ancient world? Because the true core of the immortality secret is not on Earth. It's on the far side of the moon. It can almost be confirmed that during humanity's lost era, unimaginable beings existed on Earth. They refined an immortality elixir and used it to achieve eternal life. Then they left, and human history began. Of course, if the immortality elixir only existed on the moon, why would I send anyone to Cappadocia at all? Because while Cappadocia doesn't have the elixir itself, it does have creatures that were born from consuming it, the living parasite. Throughout all of history, every person who achieved immortality stumbled upon a living parasite by chance. The living parasite resembles a jellyfish in form, but it lives in soil and inside tombs. It possesses an overwhelming capacity for absorption. It feeds on unknown energy. It feeds on the life of the living. It also has extraordinary regenerative power. Bullets and shells do nothing to them. Even cut in half, each piece regenerates into a complete new living parasite. This is the immortality secret. The living parasite is the shadow of the elixir. By harnessing its endless regenerative ability, as long as it's supplied with enough energy, it can be continually used to extract its encoded genetic data, combined with its biological material, to produce an immortality elixir, enabling gene modification and even genetic enhancement. And if we could get our hands on the living parasites from the far side of the moon, the ones that survive in open space, then the true immortality elixir could finally be created. Unfortunately, private moon missions aren't permitted. Boss, old Ma's group has arrived. Right then, Lily steps in and tells me. I nod. I turn to Boba. Have the robots bring some products to the testing range. Yes, master. Boba executes immediately. Lily has long since stopped being surprised by any of this. No more questions. No more comments. She falls in quietly behind me as we walk out of the sealed base. Old Ma and his group are just pulling up. Old Ding leans out the window and waves, making a huge show of it. I twitch slightly and walk straight toward the testing range. Everyone piles out and follows. So where's this big surprise? Old Ma gestures at the row of scrap transport trucks with a puzzled look. Just these old junkers? Hold on, it's coming. I barely finish the sentence before robots are already hauling crates of products into the range and cracking open the heavy plastic lids. The business moguls take one look at the contents and their brows furrow. Young Ma speaks first. We have to follow the law. Without proper authorization, you can't just handle equipment like this. Everyone nods in agreement. I let out a helpless laugh. Fine. New name. From now on, it's a magic wand. Everyone bursts out laughing. Before anyone can get a joke in, I pick up an energy device, aim at the distant truck, and fire. 4 beams of red light explode outward. The truck is instantly seared through, the surface glowing with heat. Every mouth snaps shut. Whatever anyone was about to say stays unsaid. Guess it really is a magic wand. The moguls push forward and grab one each to try. One by one, the scrap trucks are obliterated. Everyone is blown away. Old Ding turns the device over in his hands, grinning. With this thing around, our super battery project suddenly feels a lot less urgent. Everyone smiles knowingly. Old Ma looks at me. This looks like some kind of laser tech, right? I nod. I pop off the power module. It's a type of energy weapon. The laser is just how it expresses itself. This here is the power core. Small as it looks, it can power a car. Adjust the output frequency, and it can run a high-speed rail line. Young Ma asks how the light energy works. I keep the explanation simple. The device's smart system and refraction array convert energy into a focused beam. Stacking refractions boosts penetration power. The heart of it all is always the power core. Cole can't help himself. Is this what you call the super battery? I shake my head. No, this is a private R&D product. It can't go to market. The super battery and the power core are completely different technologies. Old Lay looks genuinely baffled. This thing outperforms any standard battery by a mile. What's actually powering it? I say half joking. It's a stable miniaturized nuclear fusion core, just wrapped in a pretty shell. Believe it? Everyone shakes their heads at once. Old Ding laughs. Nuclear fusion isn't exactly something you stumble into. If you'd actually cracked that, you'd just go all in on energy and be done. I'd love to, reply casually. Just a few factors holding me back. Anyway, come see something better. I lead everyone through the rest of the crates. The dark resonance cannon, the exosuit, all of it rolls out one by one. Old Lay suits up in the exosuit. He moves around, feeling the raw power of it, barely able to contain his excitement. This thing is unbelievable. My mobility is through the roof. I cut the fun short. It's getting late. You've had your fun. Now pack it up. I've got one more gift that's been on your minds for a while. Everyone presses me for details. I pull a small plastic case from the bottom of a crate. Inside, nearly 30 pairs of neural AR glasses. I hand them out and walk through the features. 5 core functions. First, voice query. Look at anything and publicly available information appears instantly. Private data is auto-filtered. Second, voice recording supports live video capture. Third, real-time translation. Any foreign language converts to Mandarin automatically. Fourth, Smart Assist handles intelligent support across a wide range of situations. Think of it as a pseudo AI. Fifth, before I can finish, everyone is already amazed. They start testing the glasses right there. Lily is watching from the side, eyes full of hope. I grab a few extra pairs and tell her to hand them to Victor, Preston, and the others. She lights up and agrees. After trying them out, everyone immediately asks if they're for sale. I'm straight with them, not for public release, but each person can take an extra pair home. Everyone is overjoyed, thanking me and joking that these will become the signature accessory of every top business mogul. While everyone laughs, I have the robots pack everything up. We head back to the Tianhong offices. It's December now. The temperature has dropped hard. The heating kicks on and the room warms up immediately. All right, let's get to business. This is the complete technical documentation for the super battery. Read through it carefully. Then we discuss investment amounts. I set the stacks of files on the table. The room shifts immediately. Smiles gone. Expressions serious as everyone reads. The further they get, the more stunned they look. Old Lay has spent years deep in the battery industry. He's the first to break. Are you sure this documentation is accurate? This silver foil separation method alone opens an entirely new pathway for graphene production. The others look confused. Old Lay patiently explains. Graphene's raw materials are everywhere, but for years the entire world has been stuck on fabrication methods. Traditional approaches are either too expensive, too polluting, or too inconsistent in quality. That's the core reason graphene never went mainstream. This sonic wave fabrication method produces graphene intelligently, efficiently, and with zero pollution. It's practically alchemy. Everyone sucks in a sharp breath. Old Ma is quick to ask, would graphene batteries run into patent issues? Old Lay flips through the documents. The super battery's core material is second-generation modified graphene, specifically optimized for energy storage. Zero patent conflicts. Old Ma cuts off the technical discussion. We don't need to dig into every detail. Old Lay, what's the overall value of this technology? Priceless. Old Lay doesn't hesitate. Beyond the graphene alone, this covers multiple cutting-edge technologies. Raw material production alone generates enormous profit. The finished battery product could build a company worth hundreds of billions. The room goes quiet. Cole speaks first. Personally 10 billion. Xinliang Group puts in 40 billion. Old Lay follows immediately. 10 billion personal. Guomi Corp 40 billion. Old Ding jumps in right after. Young Ma speaks calmly. Penguin Tech 80 billion. Personal 20 billion. Old Ma locks in his share right after. Old Ding glances at the gap in numbers and murmurs something under his breath. I lay out the structure. I contribute technology valued at 200 billion. Combined with your 350 billion in startup capital, total capital comes to 550 billion. Equity divided accordingly. Everyone shakes their head at once. Old Ma smiles. This is going to be a $1 trillion company. Your technology is worth far more than that. We can't take advantage like this. Young Ma agrees. We're in this for the long run. Can't be short-sighted. I let them set the valuation themselves. Old Ma proposes $1 trillion. I hold firm at 800 billion, keeping 56.25% for myself. After brief discussion, everyone agrees. They divide up responsibilities immediately. Young Ma handles official liaison work. Old Ma fronts the early capital. Cole leads the public narrative. Old Ding and Old Lei handle follow-on fundraising. Everything is locked in fast. I draft and print the partnership agreement. One by one, everyone signs. Tiantech Energy Corporation is officially founded. Old Ma studies the equity breakdown. The moment this agreement is signed, the title of China's wealthiest person is about to change hands. Old Ding does a rough calculation of my net worth. Your various holdings already exceeded 100 billion. Now with Tiantech Energy added, you're past 300 billion, achieved in just over a month. Truly a miracle of the business world. I smile. $1 trillion company's wealth is not easy to hold on to. Without the right foundation, it won't last. Old Lei nods firmly. The talent development program we discussed earlier is more critical now than ever. Tiantech Energy runs on full automation. It won't create large-scale employment. The only way to give back to society is through a training program. That's how you build a foundation that lasts. Everyone agrees. They commit to driving it forward fully. I smile and suggest giving the program a name. Young Ma thinks for a moment. What about Project Renewal? A new beginning for technology and society together. Everyone likes it immediately. Project Renewal is official. I invite everyone to dinner and ask them to attend the company launch event the next morning where we'll publicly announce Tiantech Energy's founding. Old Ding worries the company isn't formally established yet. I laugh. That's exactly the point. Once the announcement goes out, local governments across the country will race to offer favorable terms. Free land won't be hard to get. Everyone stands and heads toward the restaurant. They pull out bottles of aged wine they brought themselves, joking. We heard you serve the Zhao family some special wine yesterday and completely embarrassed them. We're not touching anything from your private collection. Everyone laughs hard. Old Ma presses further, teasing me about my history with the Zhao family. I wave it all off. Right then, there's a soft knock at the door. Lily steps in and reports quietly. Chloe Zhao from the Zhao family is here. She seems unsettled. The room fills with knowing grins. Everyone pushes me to go deal with it. I give in with a sigh. We all head downstairs together. I get behind the wheel. Chloe takes the passenger seat. Leather jacket, clean and sharp, hair pulled back. She carries herself with a fierce, striking energy. I ask, why are you back? Chloe's eyes are unyielding. You got what you wanted, but my family's mission, carried for generations, is still unfinished. I sigh. Immortality is a ghost you'll never catch. The Zhao family doesn't have the power to back it up. Push too hard and you'll bring disaster down on yourselves. If word of this leaks, the Zhao family has no foundation to survive what follows. Chloe scoffs. You're chasing immortality too. We're the same. I shake my head. We're nothing alike. Once Tiantech Energy goes public, I'll be the wealthiest person in this country. What I want from immortality is gene modification for everyone, not survival for one. Care for the many. That's how you build something that lasts. Chloe stares at me, then speaks plainly. I'm here to extend an offer on behalf of my family. The Zhao family wants to support you. Whatever raw materials you need for gene modification research, we'll find them. We don't want to own the secret of immortality. We just want to witness it, to complete what our family has pursued across generations, to gain a small share of what comes from it. For this, the Zhao family is willing to give everything, and fully align with you. I hear her out, and find myself speechless. I quietly look away, a faint awkwardness rising in my chest. Give me back my black card. The Tianhe supercomputing base has since been renamed the Transcendent Tech Group headquarters. In the back garden of the complex, over a dozen grilling racks are set up on the ground. 7 or 8 tables have just been arranged by the security team. Basket after basket of raw skewers arrive at the tables, all uncooked. The vegetables are fresh. The meat skewers still have traces of red. Old Ma stares at all of it in total confusion, then erupts and charges straight at me. Bro, where's your dignity? I glance at him and speak with complete sincerity. Old Ma stops in his tracks, jabbing his finger at me, then at the grill racks, too angry to form words. Finally, he laughs and curses. So you quit the fancy restaurant just to show off. We come all the way here and you're serving us a DIY barbecue? You really think that matches the bottles they brought? Worth over 10,000 each? Come on. Nothing beats cooking your own food. You're all big shots. You've had every luxury. Something simple makes a nice change. I defend myself with a grin. Everyone teases me for a bit, all in good fun, and then everyone gets grilling. The barbecue runs loud and lively for over an hour. When everyone's had their fill, I have Lily arrange rooms for Old Ma and the others in the Hexagram Tower, the company's residential building. The guest suites are more refined than any 5-star hotel. Everyone is more than satisfied. Once Lily finishes settling everyone in, she comes quietly to my side. Boss, she's still drinking. She nods toward Chloe, who is sitting alone, steadily working through a bottle. I look over at Chloe. I let out a breath. Lily, you're off for the night. I'll handle this. Once Lily leaves, Chloe sees me coming and speaks first, cold and flat. Is it time to attend to your chambers? Attend to what exactly? I roll my eyes. Let me be direct. The core of the immortality secret is not in any ancient tomb. It's on the moon. Go home and tell your grandfather. If he truly wants to align with me, he comes himself. You can't speak for the Zhao family yet. Chloe blinks, then laughs coldly. If you're going to make up a story, at least make it convincing. Ancient people, capable of reaching the moon? Narrow thinking, I say flatly. When the immortality tree itself has already appeared, what's so surprising about a moon trip? Chloe grits her teeth. I can represent the Zhao family. Last night, I was named the family's primary heir. My interest sharpens immediately. I see through the Zhao family's thinking in an instant. She's being used as a bargaining chip, offered to earn my trust and backing. I nod. All right, go home. Pull the Zhao family's overseas operations back. I need you to establish a private space company abroad. The bigger the better. Money is not the issue. The question is whether your family can actually deliver. A spark crosses Chloe's eyes. She isn't drunk at all. She immediately asks about the scale and scope. She gets her answer and turns to leave without another word. Time moves fast. The next morning, Lily drives back. She's brought a tailored suit. This is the first time I've ever worn a proper formal outfit. With her help getting everything straightened out, Old Ma and the others are already up and exercising. Look at Lance, all cleaned up, Old Lay calls out with a grin. I roll my eyes and ignore it. Boss, all media have been notified. The press conference starts at 10 this morning. Here's your script. Lily hands me a card. I look down and can't help laughing. All overnight success is built on years of preparation. Who wrote this? Even I almost bought it. I didn't notice that Lily's expression has gone dark. She's gripping her fist. At 10 in the morning, Hexagram Tower sees a crowd unlike anything before. People from every sector of Hangzhou pour in. Domestic and international media flood the building. National television and major foreign outlets are streaming live. Over 1,000 people pack into the largest smart conference hall. Victor takes the stage as MC, gives a brief introduction, and invites me up. The applause is thunderous. I take the mic and step up to the podium. The massive display screen behind me immediately lights up with the words, "Technology changes lives." Then a reel begins. 2 months of my rise. From Second World to Tianhong Industries to Chen Steel, ending with footage of me and Old Ma signing the agreement. The crowd buzzes with excitement. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I smile. I gesture for the screen to switch to Magic World footage and live data. This is Magic World. A month and a half ago, it was a browser game that could barely hold 1,000 players. Today, it's the most popular online game on Earth. Simultaneous players have broken 10 million. Registered players have reached 30 million. Hundreds of thousands of dedicated practitioners have emerged. A unique in-game financial system has formed. I believe it will become humanity's true second world. I briefly cover Tianhong Industries, Chen Steel, and the other companies. Then I make the official announcement. From this moment forward, Transcendent Tech Group is officially operational. I will serve as chairman and CEO. Victor Liu and Preston Sun will serve as vice presidents. The group holds 100% of Second World, Tianhong Industries, FlexGuard Security, Chen Steel, and Chen Mining. It holds 56.25% of Tiantech Energy. Registered capital is 100 billion. Total consolidated asset valuation stands at 310 billion. The words barely leave my mouth when the floor erupts. Reporters jostle for position. Everyone is questioning that 310 billion valuation. Rising in just 2 months. How can that number be real? Right then, Old Ma walks out from backstage, with Young Ma, Old Lay, Cole, and the others behind him. They step up to the podium. The entire room goes silent. Everyone stares, barely breathing, sensing that something massive is coming. Old Ma takes the mic and smiles. You think the valuation is wrong? You're right, it's not too high. It's too low. Yesterday, the 6 of us signed an agreement. My partners and I pooled 350 billion. He contributed technology valued at 450 billion. 800 billion total, forming Tiantech Energy. Old Lay steps forward. Specific technologies can't be disclosed, but we now hold breakthrough energy technology and multiple advanced material fabrication methods, including graphene. Tiantech Energy will completely reshape the global energy industry. The current valuation doesn't come close. The crowd is completely stunned. Voices rise all across the room. Someone does the math. My technology alone is valued at 450 billion. Add in everything else and the net worth approaches 600 billion. Enough to challenge for the wealthiest person on the planet. I step forward and signal for quiet. Since no one is questioning the valuation anymore, let's continue. Going forward, Transcendent Tech's subsidiaries will each push forward. FlexGuard Security expands its recruitment and enters the open market. Chen Mining begins mineral exploration and partnerships in Turkey and beyond. Chen Steel deepens its work in advanced metals, ensuring Tianhong's supply chain. Second World will host the inaugural Tianzhou Championship. The top 32 competitors will be invited to the Tianzhou Ocean Gala, and Tianhong Industries will go all in on bringing virtual reality technology to life. Virtual reality? The crowd surges to their feet again. I smile and gesture behind me. The display transforms. A miniature city of buildings materializes around me, moving and shattering at my gestures. This is more than virtual reality. This is virtual interaction. It combines holographic imaging, immersive VR, and virtual projection. The core of it all is light, how we control and use light. These technologies are fully developed. Tianhong Industries will accept orders worldwide, producing 3 companion products: the holographic display panel, the smart light field chip, and the AirTouch haptic sensor. Together, they deliver a perfect holographic experience. The mobile hardware bundle is priced at 2,333 yuan. All phone manufacturers are welcome to place orders. Old Lay can't help himself. Any drawbacks? Just one: power consumption. I pull out my phone. A standard battery with holographic projection active, maybe 1 hour. Frowns spread across the room. Old Lay looks worried. I smile and raise my hand. A holographic display projects a brand new battery with full specs. This is Tiantech Energy's first product, the Tiantech S1 mobile battery. No charging required. Full holographic projection, running smoothly for 3 years. We're not selling a battery, we're selling the energy inside. The battery is complimentary, priced at 1,888 yuan. Global pre-orders are open. Old Lay visibly relaxes and jumps in to explain. 1,888 yuan for 3 years of holographic projection. The energy value stored inside far exceeds the cost of the battery itself. The room erupts again. Reporters are writing frantically. Everyone in the room understands. These technologies are about to reshape multiple industries at once. After the press conference, Old Ding gives me a thumbs up. Victor, on the other hand, gives me a wounded look and fishes a necklace out of my pocket. Lance, Victor says, I'm heading back. Once everything is set up across the regions, we'll reconnect and talk next steps. During the follow-up business discussions, the others say their goodbyes too. Old Lay makes a point of reminding me before he leaves. The first batch of holographic hardware from Tianhong. That needs to be reserved for me. First batch, priority for me. I nod. I watch everyone leave. Left alone now. Having risen smoothly on the strength of these powerful allies, freed from so many obstacles that would have slowed me down, standing here at this point, I can finally say it with certainty. The future is mine.